I'm here today with Joyce Hewett of Woman Inc. So excited to be doing something different this time, something really meaningful. We're going to be collaborating. I'll be using my new collection to bring awareness to the organization that is Woman Inc. And Woman Inc. is the only organization in Jamaica that provides shelter for women usually abused. We basically are raising awareness for them, that women know that they have a choice, they have somewhere to go, they know who to call, and we'll be speaking with Joyce today about the issues and solutions.
Yes, thank you. And one of the key things I think that's important for people to recognize is that a lot of times women are in fact homeless as a result of domestic violence. The shelter is there and it's been there for nearly 30 years. And just last year, 2017, we were able to really totally refurbish the shelter, courtesy of the U.S. Embassy. Among the services also, in addition to the shelter, we have a 24-hour hotline. So anytime women are in trouble, and it's not just solely domestic violence, but of course it's victims of rape, oftentimes it's human trafficking. So I want to say I'm very happy that we're able to collaborate and have the whole shed light on the product.
Can we talk about some of the details of the problems? Like, you had said human trafficking, for example.
Yes.
Some people might think of it just on a larger scale and not realize that it's actually happening closer to home.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We have to have women aware and alert. Human trafficking is such that persons are lured for a job offer because maybe they're in poverty and they're too willing to go. Then once the persons get them, the trafficker gets them into their own environment, they usually take away any travel documents, any form of ID. They will put them in places where they're not even aware of where they are. They may even take them into countries where they don't even know the language. So anything to isolate them and use them, both for labor as well as for sexual exploitation. We look at the issues surrounding all forms of violence. Women who are raped go through serious trauma, oftentimes never get over it. And that's one of the key areas that we try to address through counseling, is that women are able to talk it out. And this can be women who have suffered from early childhood molestation from age 2, 8, 10, maybe they're 40 years of age, but they've never talked it out. And until such time that they really talk it out is when they're able to find really some source of healing. The hotline number is 929-2997. That's 929-2997. And we're advertising it. We're trying to get more police to be aware of it. We're trying to put our posters out in every police station across the island. We want people to break the silence, and we want them to be able to call if the shelter's needed. Then they make arrangements that they get into the shelter as well.
And the shelter is at an undisclosed location?
Totally undisclosed, totally confidential, as well as the calls. Everything is totally confidential.
And you also provide kind of counseling and awareness for the males as well.
If you don't talk to the men and work with the men as well as the women, where are we going to go? Because generally, unfortunately, men are the major perpetrators and women are mainly the victims. So that if we're only dealing with the victims, we're still only dealing with one half of the problem. We developed a workshop, seminar style, called Men Let's Talk, to get men to understand why they feel the way they do, but how they can do different. Because it does take each and every one of us, male and female, to make a difference. And it's very, very effective, and promising, by the way.
I know that you've done a lot in terms of public education and even making changes, advancements in the legislation for women's rights.
Yes, we got the Domestic Violence Act in 1994. So for the first time ever, Jamaica had a Domestic Violence Act. The idea behind the act itself was to provide greater protection for women, got Jamaica to recognize that a husband can, in fact, rape his wife. We were instrumental in getting the age of consent raised. It used to be 14, now it's 16. So those kinds of things are all under our legal reforming. We're invited a lot, and we go out to girls' days at schools, and girls' days and boys' days at schools, and we'll go out wherever we're invited. We continue to try to build more shelters. As a matter of fact, we're working right now hand in hand with government, as well as what we will call long-term housing, long-term transition, that women will have a place. Sometimes women don't need the shelter, but they just need somewhere to go to escape the violent situation.
And that's how collaboration with my new collection comes in. Not only to raise awareness for women to know, that they have a choice, where to call, for people to know that Women Inc. is doing so much already. But lastly, to discuss women empowerment,
Yes.
for us to really raise our women up and let them know we are worthy of being treated with respect.
Exactly.
And not taking, any abuse from men. We hope to, through the ambassadors for this new collection, to just, use their platform and encourage women, speak to them, let them know you have a voice, use it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a very good motto too, that we all must cling to.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad for this collection and all the efforts that will be made in terms of raising awareness, because that's what we must do. People must know that there are alternatives and be able to pursue those alternatives. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.